いうことで、吉祥寺で今行列ができているラーメン店3つご紹介しました。
You know, someday I really want to try ramen. But anyways, welcome back everyone to Chaos Child. My name is Michael SK. Definitely not cultured enough to have ever tried real ramen. I'm not talking about that instant ramen. Sure, that shit's fine, but real ramen, that's something I need to touch with my mouth. But anyways, welcome back. The last two episodes were really crazy. I believe we are still on the crazy day, October 10th. I actually have no idea. But either way, it does not defeat the point that these past two episodes have been nutty. They went straight for the craziness. First, that phone call from Takuru's phone, who, you guys remember, he lost that shit. So it obviously was not him doing the calling. And then we witnessed the death on October 10th, pretty much solidifying the deaths just like years ago. And the autopsy that the autopsy results that we got in the previous episode just made things a lot more confusing and strange. If anything, it kept up the pattern of craziness and strangeness, but it also brought in a prediction. Psychics. They might be involved. But yeah, let's continue on.
どうですか？気になるお店ありましたか
2つ目のつけ麺のお店が気になりますね。魚介スープではなく味噌ラーメン風のスープというのが新しいなと思いまして。
そうですね。味噌といってもつけ麺用にアレンジされていて結構さっぱりしているんですよね。
今テロップが出ていますね。速報です。今日お昼頃フリージャーナリストの渡部智明さん22歳が
There was a large sign at the top of the screen which read, Freelance journalist Watabe Tomoaki dies violently during speech.
渋谷署では事件・事故の両方の可能性があるとして渡部さんの死因や病気の有無など詳しく調べています。渡部さんはつい先日渋谷で大量に貼られている力士シールと連続自殺事件に関連性があるという内容のスクープ記事を書き注目されていました。
Yes. What the fuck? Ah, man, I love games. You hear Watabe's dead. What, you mean the Watabe? I'm actually not clicking anything. Wow, that's a shock. Yeah? Watabe, I'm gonna cry. You knew him? No, but I thought he was great. Just a fan, huh? He seemed really smart. You know, when you look at him, he isn't all that hot. So it was his face in the end? Why'd he die anyway? I don't know, but that's what that's what they were saying on Rhine. Wasn't he on TV yesterday? He was writing an article about how the sumo stickers in Shibuya are bad news. What, he was the one putting them up? No, he didn't put them up. That the sumo stickers had something to do with the case. The new generation madness, you know. Was Watabe killed? By the people putting up the sumo stickers? Scary shit. Those eyes are God's eyes. Huh? Those eyes are God's eyes? Ew. Alright, well, I like to use Control A, Control C, and then Control V a bunch of times. According to an announcement by the Shibuya Metropolitan Police, on the afternoon of the 10th at around 1 o'clock p.m., Watabe Tomoaki was found dead. The Shibuya police are investigating both the possibility of an accident as well as a potential murder or suicide, and are looking into the cause of Mr. Watabe's death and any illnesses he may have had. Something is giving somebody a boner, apparently. I saw that. People are saying RIP. Okay, people are really assuming the new generation madness, which, like I said in the intro... What the fuck? Like I said in the intro, it's pretty much to be expected at this point. Ew. Okay. Apparently, a lot of people are beginning to assume that these sumo stickers are God or God's eyes. Very interesting and totally not creepy. Oh shit, I didn't scroll all the way to the bottom here. I also didn't mute my phone. Good on me. Oh, great. What will happen here? I silently looked up at the building. The lights were on in the room at the end of the living room on the 3rd floor, which meant that she was awake. I'd known she would be, but still, I couldn't help but sigh. That was the end of my last hope. After Sarika had answered the phone, she'd handed it to me without saying a word. Just like I'd expected, her voice was calm. Both me, Sarika, and Ito knew from experience that meant that she was angry. She told me to come home immediately, in a flat, emotionless voice. I couldn't even make any excuses. I'd been hoping she'd be asleep when I got back, but... let's go for a positive. We need some positivity in our life. Now I realize that there was never any chance of that. No, I didn't know for certain that she wanted to talk about what happened today. It might be about something else. Let's get it.
クルス、僕だけど。
タクル？来てくれたのね。入って。
I came inside and Kirisu welcomed me from the bed.
おかえり。ちょっと待って。
Kirisu started to rummage through something under the blankets. She pulls out a gun. If she was gonna get mad, I'd prefer if she got mad now. Right now, it felt like sitting on a bed of nails. It was hellish.
さ、今日呼び出したのって、やっぱり。
Just as I spoke, Kirisu stood up.
なんで脱いでるんだ?
Yeah, that's a really good question. She wasn't even wearing underwear. Oh, but if she'd been lying down this whole time, it would make sense if she wasn't dressed. Wait, that wasn't the issue here.
背中を拭いてもらおうと思って。
もしかして呼び出したのってそのためか。
ごめんね。迷惑だった？
Yes. There's a lot going on right now,
な
man.
んていうか。
This didn't make any sense. Kirisu wasn't usually like this. I wasn't sure how to handle her now that she was acting this way.
ユイやユードに頼めばいいのに。
タクルに甘えたくなっちゃったのかも。こういう時ぐらいいいでしょ？
No. She wanted me to do that?
そんなこと言い出すなんて絶対変だ。熱でもあるんじゃないのか。
恥ずかしがることなんてないのに。何年か前、タクルが熱出して寝込んだ時に私いろいろやってあげたじゃない。
いろいろって？
下の世話だってしたよね。
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure he knows this too. You know, he had a catheter, right? She had to take care of that. Kirisu giggled a little. I hadn't heard anything about her having a fever, so why was she acting this way?
タクルの体のことなら私何でも知ってる。兄弟なんだからそれは普通のことでしょ？
Was that normal? No.
お願い、タクル。今日だけでいいから甘えさせてよ。
God damn. I really gotta silence the fuck out of my phone whenever I record, man.
わかったよ。
ありがとう。
But it was still embarrassing enough that I couldn't bring myself to look at her.
タクル、目をそらさないで。
My heart skipped a beat.
それってどういう？
私の全部をタクルに今からさらけ出すから。
I gulped loudly. Man, he does a lot of that loud gulping. Especially in his delusions. He's also having very perverted delusions nowadays. Her face was bright red. Did she have a fever after all? Or...
クルスだって恥ずかしがってるじゃないか。
変よね。思ったよりずっと恥ずかしい。
To be honest, I wanted to run away as soon as I could. But I just said I wouldn't do it. Or I would do it. I couldn't betray Kirisu when she was this weak.
見るよ。
I mean, you could.
嬉しい。
Anything is possible when you set your mind to it. I looked straight at her. At her body. Yeah, I guess I'm not monetizing this video. I'm good. She was beautiful. But I couldn't bring myself to say that.
それじゃあ、タクル、お願いしていい？
お願いって？
だから、体を拭いてほしいんだけど。
That's right, I'd forgotten.
そこにタオルあるから。
She already had a towel and a bowl of hot water ready. I wet the towel and got closer to Kirisu.
前から後ろから。
She fidgeted. It was really cute to see Kirisu acting this way.
前も拭いてくれるの？
Kirisu didn't need me to wipe down her front side. She could do it herself.
いや、だってずっとこっち向いてるから。
Oh no, I was panicking even more than usual.
ごめん。背中だよね。
いいよ。
She looked straight at me.
いいよ。
Was this, or what was okay? No, I didn't need to ask. I gulped again. And looked back at her. Her pale skin was slightly slick with sweat. Her breasts were large, firm, and round. Her hips formed a smooth curve. She looked like a statue of Venus. I had never realized Kirisu was so pretty. I wanted to touch her body. Well, you kind of have to wipe her down, you know. She looked so soft. Her skin looked so clear. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't turned on. Of course you are, Takuru. But more than anything, I wanted to touch it because it belonged to Kirisu. I wanted to touch her beautiful body because it was hers. I reached my hand out toward Kirisu's neck. Not the one with the towel, but the empty one. Oh, Takuru. And ran my fingertips down, softly down the side of it. Excuse me. Can we get out of this delusion now? I don't like it anymore.
タクル。なんでそんなところ。
Her body shook a little. It was indescribably cute. Kirisu was always the big sister, bossing me around and telling me what to do. And now she was squirming under my touch. It felt good, like I'd made her my own.
クルス。僕はクルスのこともっと好きにしたい。
God damn it, dude. She nodded, embarrassed.
あなたの好きにして。
Kirisu, I will not stop tickling you until you What the fuck, dude? I was trying too hard to escape from reality. If I was imagining Kirisu in a situation like that, I must be under more stress than I thought. When I went inside, she was sitting on the bed waiting for me. Ah, it's just like the delusion.
傷に触るだろ。ちゃんと寝てないと。
Also, sorry if I seemed a little distracted there. I was trying to figure out if I was going on a run with a friend of mine.
警察に連れて行かれたって聞いたんだけど。
Healthiness. Kirisu cut me off. Her voice was calm and level. Normally, this would have been a relief, but in Kirisu's case, it just made me feel more scared.
この情報に間違いはないわね。
誰の情報？
そんなの誰だっていいでしょ。それより本当なの？どうなの？
それは。
Kawahara must have told her. Damn it. Why did he have to tell Kirisu of all people? I knew I was in for another lecture. No, I'd be lucky if it was just a lecture. If it was anything worse. I didn't want to think about it. If her voice was this calm, it was a warning sign. I needed to proceed cautiously.
さっきから黙っているなんて、一体どうしたんでしょうね。もしかしたら、私の声が聞こえなかったんでしょうか。
She suddenly changed. You're kidding me. Normally, I'd get at least a little more time.
そういうことなら、もう一度お聞きしましょうか。先ほどのお話は。
聞こえてます。大丈夫です。
そう。だったら、どうしてお返事してくれないのかしら。
すみません。
まあいいでしょう。それで？
はい。さっきの話は本当です。でもそれは僕のせいじゃなくて、事件が起きたんだからしょうがないっていうか。ほら、クルスも知ってるだろう。渡部との対談の件。
Yeah, it really was out of our control this time around. It's not like we instigated anything. We were in for the interview and she was totally aware and okay with it. She just wanted us to be done with the case. But then a death occurred. Literally nothing could have been done. Nothing.
そういうわけで警察に連れて行かれたのは僕たちが重要な目撃者だっただけで、他には何もないから。本当に。
Why is she teary-eyed? Kirisu was watching me with extremely cold eyes the entire time I talked. I somehow managed to look back at her as I shared something that wasn't an excuse that I'd been feeling lately.
でもさ、最近なんか少しおかしいと思ってるんだ。
おかしい？何が？
最初はさ、もちろん僕たちから興味を持って事件のことを調べてた。けど最近はその事件自体が逆に僕らを追ってきてるような、そんな気がするんだよ。
The case is coming after us. When I said that, I realized how right it felt. That was the only way I could think of how to describe what had happened today. It was Watabe who asked for an interview with us. And Watabe had died in front of us before we'd even talked to him. We hadn't had a choice in any of it. That's what I'm trying to say here.
昨日。
Kirisu opened her mouth quietly.
昨日言ってくれたわよね。昨日考えるってそう言ってくれたわよね。
And we have been, you dumb bitch.
それは。
This was out of our control. What the fuck? I had said that, yes.
僕だってそのつもりだったよ。でも今日またいろいろあって、それで新しく分かったことがあるんだよ。
分かったこと？
Okay, wait, Takuru, back up now. I can't defend you if you continue
さっき
on
部
here.
室でみんなと話してたんだけど、今回の事件の被害者には共通点があるんだよ。その共通点とは何かっていうと、実は。
And then I stopped. I wasn't sure if Kirisu would understand what I was trying to say, but I couldn't think of anything else to do, so I just told her exactly what had happened.
実は一連の事件の被害者ってみんな特殊な現象を体験してたみたいなんだよ。未来予知とか人の心を読んだりとか念写とか、つまり超能力ってことで。
超能力？
yes, if you watch Mob Psycho 100, you might be able to get an idea as to what's going on here. It's a very popular anime. Kirisu, if you watch it, you'll completely understand what's going on. Kirisu froze. She probably hadn't been expecting that. Who would?
そうなんだ。全員が何かしらの能力を持ってた可能性があって。この予想が本当なら事件そのものだけじゃなく世界的な常識を根本から覆すことになるかもしれない。これってすごいことじゃ。
And then I realized that she was acting strange. Her gentle smile had vanished, and she was sitting there expressionless. I realized that I'd made a mistake, but it was too late. She was just about to blow. When she got like that, it meant she was building up her anger for an explosion, excuse me. The only thing I could do now was wait for the thunder to come crashing down on me. I actually don't think it's gonna be anger, I think it's gonna be sadness. Here it comes. I closed my eyes. But I waited and waited and nothing happened. I opened my eyes and saw... Kirisu looking weaker than I'd ever seen her before.
Takuru, お願いだから、これ以上はやめて。もう、やめて。
She reached out with shaking hands to grab my arms.
クルス。
怖いの、私。これ以上、あなたが事件に首を突っ込んで何かあったらと思うと、いても立ってもいられない。怖くて怖くて。あなたにだってわかるでしょ。大切なものを失うのがどれだけ辛いことか。私はもう失いたくないの。家族を、大切な人を。だからお願い、タクル。そんなおかしな事件を追うのはもうやめて。お願い。
Kirisu seemed so weak, like she was about to cry. I was shocked. I'd never thought she'd let me see her like this. I still didn't understand how much I'd been making Kirisu worry. Her hands gripped me harder, as if she was trying to stop me, as if she was clinging to me. A gasp of pain slipped through her mouth. Maybe her wound had opened again, but she kept on clinging to me tightly. She held me and wouldn't let me go. I was a fool. I was such a fool. I'd gotten cocky just because I'd learned something new, and forgotten how much that would hurt the people close to me.
ごめん。ごめん。本当にごめん。そんなに心配させてたなんて。僕。
I mean, I realized it. I totally understood her perspective, you know, with him being family, and the fact that the closer he got to trying to figure out this case, or maybe not even closer, but the more he tried to dive into the case, the more he was putting himself at risk. And he wasn't considering that. I knew that was going on. I kind of guess that's how Kirisu was feeling. She's feeling scared because he's family. But I still felt on the rooftop that her trying to push him to stop was a little much. But I get it. I get why she's doing this. I totally understand.
タクル、それじゃあ。
And especially now, I totally get her perspective and why she's trying so hard because of what had just occurred.
でも。
Yep, here we go. I removed Kirisu's hands as gently as I could.
一つだけやっておかなきゃいけないことがあるんだ。それだけは許してほしい。
それは大事なことなの？
うん。
私たち家族より 大事なことなの？
同じくらい大事なことかな。
同じくらい。一体何がそんなに。
スマホ取り返さなきゃ。
Oh yeah, because that's important. Actually, it kind of is. My phone was stolen that night. Now it was in the hands of a mysterious girl who was either connected to the killer or maybe the killer herself. I didn't know. But given what I'd seen so far, there was no way she wasn't connected somehow. So I had to get it back no matter what.
そんなの。
ダメなんだ。あれには新聞部のデータが入ってる。それにここのことも。もしそれが見られたら。
データって連絡先とか取材の成果とかでしょ？それにロックだってかけてあるって。
うん。でももしものことだってあるし。
If there really were psychic powers, someone might have a way to get the data off of it. And then something terrible might happen. What the fuck? Are we having a delusion by force? Suddenly the lights were off, or went off, and the room was plunged into darkness. The darkness was so sudden that my eyes didn't have time to adjust. I could barely see anything.
クルス、どうしたんだよ、おい!
But even though she was right in front of me a second ago, she didn't answer. There was only the silent darkness.
クルス、返事しろよ。どこ行ったんだよ。
クルス・ノノならいない。もう殺した。
Oh? Suddenly a voice came from the darkness. I turned toward it and I saw a small shadow standing there. Oh.
宮代拓だな。
Yes.
お前。
愚かなやつだ。余計なことに首を突っ込まなければ死ぬこともなかったろうに。
Her hands were filled with knives. The silver blades shone a bloody crimson light. No, it wasn't just the light that looked like blood. There was a liquid dripping down from it that looked just like...
違う。あれは血だ。本当の血だ。
そうだ、血だよ。言ったろ？クルス・ノノを殺したと。
The girl with the knives pointed to a corner in the darkness and grinned. I saw the silhouette of something that looked like a head. It was rolling on the ground. Kirisu, Kirisu.
今さら後悔しても遅いぞ、宮代拓。これは全てお前が招いたことだ。
She smiled and started to walk toward me. I screamed out into the hallway, but there was no answer. I heard nobody call back to me.
ああ、無駄だよ。お前の妹も弟も父親もみんな殺しておいたからな。あとはお前だけだ。さっさと死ね。
This is some wacky shit.
タクル？どうしたの、タクル？
I suddenly found myself back in Kirisu's room. She was reaching a hand out toward me, concerned. She'd been stabbed because of me, but she wasn't dead. She was alive. It was just a delusion. I wiped the sweat off my forehead and told Kirisu over and over again I was just fine.
今の妄想は
If I wasn't careful, it might become real. The data on that smartphone was too dangerous. Of course, that wasn't the only reason I wanted it back. Because it had the picture. The picture we'd taken together. I hadn't told Kirisu. I never would. But that was my one precious memory. The one, or the only one I had. That's why I hadn't even made a backup. If I did, it felt like it wouldn't be as special anymore, excuse me. It was a picture of my family. Back when I still considered them my family. Back when things were fun. And you know, not scary and creepy and all that. It was the one thing I owned that I really cared about.
とにかくあれだけは何としても取り返さなきゃならないんだ。
I gripped Kirisu's hand softly for a second and headed for the door. She tried to get up from the bed and buckled over from the pain. I wanted to run back and help her. I wanted to run over and get her back into bed. Call Dad. That's what I wanted to do. But if I went back now, she probably wouldn't let me go. So I left the room and closed the door without looking back. I could hear her voice on the other side of the door. It stung a little.
また傷が開いたかもしれない。すぐに父さんを呼んでくれ。
わかった。タクルにどこ行くの？
僕にはやることがあるから。
そんな、タクルにひどいよ。のの姉のそばに、ちょっとタクルにってば。
Damn, that kinda hurts. I ignored Yui's angry yells and ran out the door. To get back what was important to me. I had to go back there, to AH Tokyo General Hospital. Can we do it with somebody else? Can we have a partner? Maybe Sarika? Let's bring Ito along for a fucking wild ass ride. October 10th, 2015, Saturday. What a long ass day. It's a day that just will not end. Kirisu stared silently at the closed door. Her heart was filled with regret. She should have tried harder to stop him. She should have ignored the wound in her stomach and clung to him harder. Yeah, that's not healthy. Fortunately, the wound didn't seem to have opened. In that instant, her father Sakuma's words had come back to her. If you push yourself too hard and that wound opens again, it might leave a scar. His words had stopped her. And Miyashiro Takuru had left. In the end, maybe she only cared about herself. It was true that she didn't want to lose her family. But...
ダメなの。あの病院に近づいちゃダメなのよ。
Don't tell me she's gonna go after his ass. She picked up the smartphone that had fallen to the floor when she'd stumbled out of bed. She opened the screen with trembling hands. On the screen was... Who the fuck is that? I feel like I should know who that is, but at the same time, I don't know. Ooh boy, things are about to get spicy. Ito saw us from across the street and ran over. Thank God we're having a fucking squad this time. Yes. Yes, dude, we're dropping hospital here on this PUBG match. Yeah, PUBG was the one with hospital, right? I know it wasn't Fortnite. I don't think it's COD. Definitely not Apex. No, it's definitely PUBG. Had to really think about that joke. Ito quickly lowered his voice.
こっちこそすまないな。こんな時間に。
タクと私たちの仲だもん。
それに、お前一人で行かせて何かあったら、女帝に殺される。
When I heard the word Empress, I remembered how desperately Kirisu had tried to stop me. I shook my head a little to drive the image out of my mind. At least Ito, like if anything crazy does happen, which I 100% believe something crazy is gonna happen in this fucking hospital, Ito finally gets to see what craziness we've been seeing. In person, that is. After I'd left yesterday, I'd gone straight to AH Tokyo General Hospital. This time, I wouldn't be able to just blunder in like I had when I'd snuck into the psych ward. I'd spent a whole night looking at the locations of the ER entrance and emergency exits, as well as the security system. We're a fucking Sly Coopering this shit. And then I'd spent today pretending to be visiting a patient while I scouted the inside, and in the evening headed to Sarika's house. I wanted to do it alone, but I'd realized that it would be too dangerous. Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad we have a squad. I needed a partner who could contact Shinjo immediately if something happened, and the only two people I could ask were Sarika and Ito.
うまく取り戻せるといいな、スマホ。ここの連中が犯人と関係あるかどうか知らねえけど、やっぱりあれを渡したままにしておくのはまずい。
ああ、おかしな着信もあったしな。
思い出させるなよ。今考えても恐ろしい。
I'd canceled my phone contract immediately, but somehow it had called Ito. That had scared the hell out of me. And unlike older cell phones, a smartphone was filled with personal information. There was no way I could let them keep it. You got that right, brother.
それにさ、あれには大事なものが入ってるもんね。
You got that right, brother.
何が？
素直じゃないのって良くないこともあると思うな。怪我してるのんちゃんを喜ばせてあげてもいいのにね。
ま、宮代らしいけど。
悪かったな。
んじゃ、行こうぜ。お前が調べたデータだと、そろそろ警備が交代する時間だろ。
Sorry, I was getting a drink. So we have guards to deal with, alright.
あ、
We nodded to each other and jogged along the wall surrounding AH Tokyo General Hospital. I guess we really are Sly Coopering
こ
this.
こまでは予定通り。いや、むしろ上々だな。
The hell was he expecting? Ito was right. Getting into the hospital had proved easier than planned. A big part of it was that I'd memorized the way in, but the biggest advantage we had was that the rear staff entrance was unlocked for some reason. If that had been locked, we would have had to go through the ER entrance. That would mean we'd probably be caught by the staff, but just as I was starting to worry, Sarika turned the doorknob and told me that it was unlocked.
また鍵が開いてた。この前と同じか。
Okay, so there's definitely somebody, if psychic powers, like in Mob Psycho, I think that's a really good comparison. If psychic powers exist, somebody is definitely lending their psychic hand, if you will, unlocking doors, and also locking them, and also calling us with a phone, or from a number that they shouldn't be able to call us from. I suddenly remembered what had happened when I'd first snuck into the psych ward, and almost stopped for a second to think. But then I drove that idea from my mind. I needed to focus on getting the phone right now. It was nighttime at the hospital, and this wasn't a ward where patients were kept. The lobby was pitch dark. Sometimes I could hear a strange unpleasant sound like two pieces of metal touching. How is that unpleasant? We dropped down low and tried to move quietly. Someone could spot us at any moment. It was the middle of autumn, and I could still feel cold sweat running down my back.
問題はスマホがどこにあるかだよね。
だな。
It'd be nice if it was exactly where we dropped it. But unfortunately, that's not the case. That girl was definitely the one who picked it up. Which meant that finding her would be the fastest way, but I had no idea of knowing where she was.
だからって、病院の中を全部探して回るわけにもいかないしな。
あの日、どこであの子と会ったんだっけ？
That is a good question, actually. I was about to ask that. I retraced our steps on that day. We were going down those stairs. First we'd hidden in the bathroom, and then...
精神科の病棟へ入った。
And that's where we'd seen the sumo stickers drawn on the walls in blood. Yeah, let's go ahead and show him that.
ってことは、まずはそこに行かなきゃいけないってことか？
いや、何もそこまでする必要は。
And I didn't want to go back there. I do. There's a mystery to
病棟
solve.
から逃げるときに非常階段を使った。階段をずっと降りていって、そこでスマホを落としてあの子に拾われた。
となると、その非常階段に向かえばいいってことか。どっちだ？
それが逃げるのに夢中だったからはっきりとした場所かな。
I hadn't been able to remember when I'd been scouting this place out this afternoon either.
多分あっちかも。
Sarika started to move forward, looking around as she walked.
覚えてるのか？
なんとなくだけど。
Sarika walked forward, hesitantly. We followed.
ここか？
違うかな。
いや、そうだったかもしれない。
There was a steel door to the emergency stairs in front of us. I turned the knob and softly pushed. It was a little heavy, but it opened without catching on anything. This one wasn't locked either, evidently. What a very poorly secure hospital. The emergency stairs stretched up and down, illuminated by the cold fluorescent lights. As I stared at them, I realized that I remembered coming down these stairs.
どうだ？
多分ここだ。すごいな、この絵は。
褒められちゃった。
That's what we're going for, I guess. Compliments. Sarika grinned.
よし、行こう。
ああ。
We carefully walked down the dimly lit staircase. I started to get more and more nervous. Even if I'd done my homework before I'd come here, wasn't this even easier than last time? Maybe we're being led into a trap? Oh yeah, 100%. Maybe something terrible is waiting up ahead to swallow us? I tried to shake my head and drive the thoughts out of my mind.
あの子、今夜もまたどこかを歩いてるのかな。
どうだろう。
I would assume so. I feel like she's got some sort of abilities, if that's what we're rolling off of. What was she doing with an old woman in a dark hallway at that hour anyway? Where did she come from, and where did she go? Also, if I did run into her again, what should I do? Ideally, I'd get my phone back without causing too much of a fuss, but I couldn't imagine things would be that easy. For now, I thought of an escape route, but it still might be dangerous.
ね、タク、ほら、あれ。
We'd reached the end of the staircase. There was a cold steel door in front of us. There were no further stairs to go down. Past this door should be the hallway where I dropped my phone.
もうここまで来たんだ。
Nah, let's just go home, dude. Let's apologize to Kyudusu and forget the phone, forget our memories and this and that. I told myself there was no time for second thoughts, and nodded at Sarika and Ito. Then I put my hand on the cold doorknob. Like Scoob, I got a bad feeling. Fortunately, it wasn't locked either. I looked down at the hallway as I listened to the loud creaking of the hinges.
誰もいないね。
Yeah, for now.
ああ。
Sarika and Ito both looked a little relieved. There was no one in the hallway at all. We slipped past the open doorway and proceeded down the hallway, being careful not to make any noise. Maybe it was my imagination, but the air seemed more stale here than it did upstairs. Identical doors stretched out on either side, and there was no way to know what was in each room. Probably patience, I don't fucking know. The letters on the plates were too small to read in the dim light unless you squinted. I got close to one and try and read it when, excuse me.
おい、誰が来る?
What the fuck, already? Back to the stairs. At least that's my best guess of what we should do. Sarika and I jumped at Ito's words. I listened carefully, and sure enough, from behind I heard. Very slow footsteps. And not just one pair, yeah, I was gonna say, it sounds like two. They were slow, as if only taking one step at a time. I knew those footsteps. Those footsteps were, is it the girl?
あいつらだ。
とにかく一度隠れようよ。
隠れるってどこへ?
The door to the emergency exit was the same way the footsteps were coming from. There was no time to get back there now. Yeah, they'd hella see us.
ここ開いてる。
I slid inside the door directly next to us. Just before I did, though, I saw the horrible words written on the plate next to the door. What did it say? Oh, God.
ロッカールーム?
No. The walls were covered in steel cabinets. They were just big enough for someone to lie down in. This place was...
あ、そうだ。もしかしたらこの中に隠れられるかもしれないよ。
What the fuck is wrong with Sarika, dude? Sarika put her hands on one of the cabinet doors.
ちょ、おい!
The words on the plate had read, morgue, or autopsy room, same thing. Which meant that what was inside was...
ダメだ、おのえ、それは...
God damn it. I closed my eyes, imagining what I was about to see inside.
どうしたの、タク?
I opened my eyes when she spoke and saw that there was no one. No, nothing inside.
なんか変なロッカーだね。
Yeah, sure.
おのえ、これロッカーじゃなくて。
I whispered to her, and she went pale. Ito must have figured it out too, because so did he, excuse me.
とにかくこの中に隠れるなんてごめんな。どこか別の場所を探そう。
It might be too late. The footsteps were still approaching from down the hallway, and for some reason it felt like they were coming toward this room.
嘘だろ。なんで解剖室なんかに。
This wasn't a place that anyone would ordinarily choose to visit. Also, why would anyone just ordinarily walk down an empty hallway here in the hospital in the middle of the goddamn night? Ito was panicking too.
宮代、どうする？こっちに来るぞ。
I listened carefully again. There was no doubt. The footsteps were definitely coming this way. But I didn't see any place in the room we could hide. Except one.
くそ。
ねえ、やっぱりここに。
I have a bad feeling about this. I don't know if I've said that yet. Sarika was shaking a little, but she put her hand on one of the cabinet doors.
バカ！そこはダメだって。隠れるなら他に。
他ってどこだ?
I looked around and didn't see any other place in the room where the three of us could hide.
早くしないと来ちゃうよ。
I didn't have a choice. I had to do it. If the lamp on the cabinet was green, did that mean it was empty? Or did it mean the opposite? I felt that all the hairs on my neck stand on edge. Or I felt all the hairs on my... Yeah, I felt all the hairs on my neck stand on end, not edge, my bad. But still, I managed to pull open a door. Thankfully, there was nothing inside. Damn, our luck's good. Sarika was normally a ditz, but at times like this, she was really courageous. Her whole body was shaking, but she managed to jump in first.
タク、もう一人入れるよ。あ、
She grabbed my hand from inside. She was right. Since Serika was so small, there was room for another person in here.
糸悪いがここに3人は無理だ。お前は隣へ。尾上を一人にしとくわけいかない。
俺だってこんなところに一人は嫌だ。
Alright, then we'll jump in one with you. And then the footsteps outside stopped. Uh-oh. Just as I expected, they stopped right outside outside the door. Oh my god, dude, they're right here. I felt a terror like someone was pointing a cold knife at my back. Oh, come on, dude. I heard a voice outside.
もうダメだ。とにかく入れ、糸。
いや、待て、やめ。
I ignored Ito and yanked open the door next to mine. And then I pushed him in head first.
いいから早く。
Poor Ito. Ito held his hands over his mouth to desperately stifle a scream. As soon as he was all the way inside, I shut the door. It would be really bad if it was closed all the way, so I left him a little gap. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, these things lock. We want to make sure we can get out from the inside. And then I crouched inside and slid next to Serika.
よし、閉めるぞ。
I brought the door close, leaving just enough of a gap that it couldn't be seen from the outside. Alright, here we go. What's gonna happen? The inside of the cabinet was hard and cold. It made sense since no one who was in here would ever complain. Since I was pushed up against Serika, the parts of my body that were touching hers felt strangely warm. But we didn't have time to enjoy each other's warmth. I looked outside, holding my breath to make as little noise as possible. They took their time opening this door and getting inside, huh? Just a moment later, they came inside. There were 5 or 6 of them. Oh shit. I was sure it would all be old people, but some of them were middle-aged or young men. If it was just old people, I was planning on stealing it by force if I had to, but that was impossible now. But what were they doing in a place like this? And then I started to wonder again. A sudden, horrible fantasy made my whole body shiver. Were they already dead? And this was where they slept? That was impossible. This wasn't a horror movie or something, right? Not entirely. I tried to tell myself I was being silly, but I could tell I was shaking. Serika was probably no different. She was clinging to me like a little child. Dude, shut up. They're gonna hear you. If they already didn't hear you from outside the fucking room. And then I remembered. This was a lot like what had happened before. When the two of us had seen that terrifying sight as children. Oh yeah, that was nice. I wonder what was going on there. I wonder if we'll ever find out. At some point, I'd started holding her back. Hell yeah, Takuru coming in with them smooth words. I squinted into the darkness. I could see several shadows moving about. The strange men and... one more of them was clearly different than the others. Yep, there she is. That small girl. She slowly walked across the room, straight toward where we were hiding. Did she find us? My heart started to pound faster. But it seemed that wasn't the case. The men followed her across my field of vision and stopped in a corner in front of an empty wall. She opened what looked like a small breaker box on the wall. You know, those things with a yellow warning sign and black or red text that reads, "Danger, high voltage." and then she took something out of her pocket and slid it inside the box. There was a loud noise on the other side of the wall. The girl shut the door to the breaker box, then put her hand on the wall and slid it to the side, excuse me. The wall opened easily, as if it was weightless. It must have been some kind of sliding door. She led the men inside and vanished. You've got to be kidding me, dude. The wall closed, and the dissection room was quiet again.
隠し扉だったのか。
Jesus Christ, man.
びっくりしたね。
はあ、もう大丈夫だ。
But I wonder what's going on down there. I waited for a while to make sure she wasn't coming back, and then finally opened the cabinet door. Serica and I crawled out. I'm surprised that worked. I took a deep breath of air into my lungs.
なんかここって秘密基地みたい。
そうだな。
Why would they build a huge mechanism like this? What was going on at this hospital? Obviously something not normal. And what was on the other side of that wall?
おい、伊藤。もう出てきても平気だぞ。
I knocked softly on the door of Ito's cabinet. Okay, best not to scream.
Shin-chan!
Ito leapt out of the cabinet. His face was pale and his hand was over his mouth.
静かにしてくれ。
He crouched down to the ground, trying his best not to scream. It was only then I realized that the cabinet I'd stuffed Ito in was already occupied. Oh my god, dude. I could see that the lamp above the door was red. I hadn't had time to check, but still, that was a horrible thing to do to someone.
Shin-chan, 大丈夫?
No, he is not, and completely understandable why.
すまない。非常事態だったんだ。
非常事態じゃなかったら今頃ただじゃ済ましてねえぞ。てめえ。
ほんと悪い。
もういい。それより行こうぜ。ほら。
Ito staggered to his feet and died. But then he collapsed to the floor. I waited for him to calm down and then opened the door to the breaker box like the girl had done.
隠し扉だって？
Yes, sir.
ああ。
I looked deep inside the box. There was an RFID scanner like the ones they used at train turnstiles inside.
これじゃカードがないと開かない。
So we need our phone, and now we need a card if we want to get into the secret room. Great. And I skipped a line of dialogue. Great. I hadn't anticipated this. But then Serica, who had been fiddling around with different parts of the wall, let out a small cry.
なんだ？
これ、ちゃんと閉まってないよ。
何？
Serica pointed to her feet. The wall was set to slide upon rails on the floor, but some kind of cloth had gotten stuck and jammed them, so the door wasn't shut all the way.
伊藤、手を貸せ。
So we can actually
Okay.
open this shit. We don't need the card. The two of us yanked the door to the side. We heard a loud clunk, like something was unlocking, and then the wall started to slide open. One of the men had dropped a handkerchief or something onto the rails. When Serica pulled it off, the door began to move freely.
Oh
boy. All that was left was to slide the door open. And beyond it was...
また階段だぜ。
I could see stairs going down, so we're going into basement level shit. There was a sub-basement below the hospital basement. Oh yeah, we are in the basement, huh? The place was protected by very elaborate camouflage. Camouflage my
なん
ass.
かやばい雰囲気だな。
What? This seems dangerous? Breaking into the hospital in the middle of the night was dangerous enough, but now we're going into a secret room.
どうするタク。
ここまで来たんだ。僕は行くよ。
You can use that excuse with anything. And I'm all for it. Sure, I'm a little scared right now and on edge, but I'm all for it. To be honest, I was terrified at what I might find down there. But this was something I had to do no matter what. For just a moment, I thought of Kirisu.
タクル、お願いだからこれ以上はやめて。もうやめて。
Nah, sorry. We're gonna do a lot more.
尾上、伊藤、お前たちはここで待ってても。
冗談じゃねえよ。
Ito looked at the cabinets on the wall and moaned a little.
私も行く。いざとなったらタクを守らなきゃ。
Yep, how are numbers at this
逆だろ。
point?
さっき怖いって震えてたのは誰だよ。
そんなことしてないもん。
Yes, get it. We all looked at each other and nodded a little, then began to descend the staircase. Excuse me. We're out of time for this episode, but I'm going, man. We gotta figure out what the fuck is happening in this hospital. As we went down, it got darker, and the air got heavier and more humid.
大丈夫か、尾上。
And after we'd gone down for a few minutes, we ran into a door. We'd probably gone down about a floor. It took us minutes to go down to another floor. I turned the knob and it opened easily. Maybe it hadn't been locked to begin with. What are we about to see?
ここは。
It was a dimly lit, musty-smelling hallway. It was clear that the place hadn't been abandoned, and there wasn't a layer of dust everywhere. It even felt like it had been cleaned. But it felt so old. There was a sense of desolation, as if no one had wanted to use this place for anything for a very long time. Had it been like this since the hospital above us was built? And this air, I knew it. Uh-oh. That's never good. The sides of my head started to hurt as the horrible memories came back.
ねえ、タク、ここって。
Ah, this is from their past. Now we have to keep going, because I want answers. Serica seemed to remember too. That's right. This was the place. Oh, excuse me. I didn't know how we'd done it. But when we were kids, the two of us had snuck in here, into the basement of AH Tokyo General Hospital. We were trying to investigate an urban legend about Amy. And then Serica and I... Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that is, man. But I hope we can find out. We'd seen it. I tried to avoid thinking about it as much as I possibly could. But I'd failed. The memory would come back to me, then fade, and then come back. As I'd grown up, I'd even tried to convince myself that I'd never seen anything at all. But I'd failed at that too. It was unreal, like something out of a nightmare, but something in my heart told me that it was real. And it was real after all. Yes, it was real. I was sure of it. God damn, dude. I'm trying to figure out like what I'm looking at. Obviously, it's a girl strapped up in a what do they call them? A straitjacket or whatever. That's where your arms and legs are kind of binded, especially your arms. And she's got something on her head. It looks like it's something that's drilled onto her head. What the fuck, man? No, let's keep going.
おい、どうしたんだよ、二人とも。
Ito realized that there was something wrong with Serica and I and tried to pull us back up the stairs. But we couldn't do that. What was that? There were suddenly footsteps behind us. You've gotta be kidding me. No fucking way, dude. Huh? I could hear what sounded like the panting of a beast behind me. I could feel its warm, stinking breath on my neck.
何かいる。
Is something coming towards us or is something like behind us? I couldn't turn around. I wanted to fall to the ground in terror. But if I did that, I knew somehow that the thing behind me would attack. Suddenly, I heard Serica's thin, frail voice. She should have been right next to me, but for some reason, I couldn't see her.
Oh no.
Oh no. And then her voice cut off. And then there was the sound of something being crushed. And then the sound of what sounded like something needing a ball of meat. Yeah, if that's what you want to call it. And mixed with it was the sound of snapping bones. Yeah, that's a good description of what we just heard. Ito, you good? Ito turned around and suddenly froze with terror.
Miyashiro. あれなんだなんなんだよ。おい。
No, you idiot, don't look. I think he already did. If you look, it will kill you. So don't look. A bloody piece of meat fell to the ground at our feet. It was what used to be Serica. I really hope that this is a delusion or something. I feel like it isn't because we don't have like the special effects on the sides of the screen, but what do I know? Ito screamed. I couldn't help myself. I turned around to look at what he was seeing. And what I saw was, oh, what are we gonna see? Oh my god, it's the face. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's Kunasato, but like giant and very freaky. It was standing there moaning in a voice that was filled with hatred and pain. What? That's it? Bro, come on. Oh wait, there is more. Okay. So the question is, do I stop it here or do I just keep going? I don't know if I can stop it here. Let's just keep going. I'll make this like an hour and a half long episode for you guys. Why the fuck not at this point? What was that? What the hell was that? A giant woman with a head like a sumo sticker? It was almost like a bad joke. I wanted to laugh. This hilarious looking monster was going to be killed, is going to be what killed me? What the hell kind of death was that? If you laugh, that thing isn't scary at all. No, that's still pretty fucking scary. Yeah, your laughing here is a little concerning. The giant woman's hand stretched out for me. As it moaned in pain, its arms moved in to crush me. And suddenly my vision went black. I couldn't see anything. And then I realized it had probably crushed my eyes. That hilarious looking sumo sticker woman had crushed my eyes. I was going to be torn apart like Serica and killed. It was the funniest thing in the world. Could you even imagine anything stupider?
おい、何をしている？
Suddenly, I heard a sharp voice next to me. Something moved over my mouth to stop me from laughing. What the fuck? I was grabbed from behind and thin but powerful arms were wrapped around my neck. It hurt. I couldn't breathe.
おとなしくしろ。それ以上バカでかい声を上げるな。
Is that Kunosato?
静かにするなら話してやる。でなければ、このまま締め落とす。
I nodded as hard as I could, and then the hands around my neck relaxed, and it became much easier to breathe. Damn, this breathing sounds rough. My vision came back at the same time. Whoever had grabbed me had covered my eyes as well as my mouth. They hadn't been crushed at all, or after all.
あの女は化け物は。
だから落ち着け。お前は。
I doubled over in pain as she punched me in the stomach. I could feel stomach acid coming up into my throat and burning it. But the pain made my head feel much clearer. When I looked up, I didn't see a monster with the head of a sumo sticker anymore. Just a dark, musty hallway.
あれ、今のはただの幻覚。
A hallucination? Perhaps. But also perhaps not. I'm not exactly sure. I don't want to call it a delusion because we didn't have that special effect. We didn't have any sort of indication that we were thrown into something like that.
大丈夫か？おい。
Good to know the gang's not dead.
尾上、人、僕は何を。
なんか発作を起こしたんだよ。しかも急に叫び出して。
私たちもパニックになりそうだったの。そしたら黒里さんが助けてくれて。
黒里さん。
Kunosato? Wasn't that... Oh, right. The girl who was with Shinjo?
まったく素人どもがこんなところで何をしている。
Yeah, I remembered that cold voice. I looked back at the speaker.
やっぱりこの人か。
お前たち誰かに連れてこられたというわけではなさそうだな。ということはまさか忍び込んできたのか。どうやって。
どうって。
Yeah, we took the stairs like right behind us.
私たちですらここのキーを入手するのにかなりの苦労を強いられたんだ。なのになぜ。
Sure, we had a bit of a bad time in the autopsy room, but it hadn't been really hard to get here. None of the doors had been locked. When I told her that, Kunosato glared at us with suspicious eyes.
黒里さん。
まあいい。とにかく邪魔だ。今すぐ帰れ。
おいおい、そりゃないだろ。助けてくれたのは感謝するけどさ、いきなり邪魔者扱いとか。
The next instant, Kunosato had closed the gap between Ito and herself and started strangling him.
騒ぐなと言ったのが聞こえなかったのか。
Ito nodded, tears coming out of his eyes. I could understand why. I didn't know how she could store so much power in her tiny body, but I just felt it for myself. Ito rubbed his throat in pain as she let him go.
もう一度言う。邪魔だ。帰れ。
Her voice was intimidating enough that I almost obeyed, but we'd come here for a reason. And... yeah. This place had something to do with our past. If I could, I wanted to find out what happened then. Maybe we could be rid of the nightmare that had been making us suffer for so long. So even though she scared me, I needed to tell her straight.
僕たちは
私たちはやらなきゃいけないことがあってきたんです。そんな風に頭ごなしに帰れって言われても帰れません。
尾上
That was what I was trying to say.
尾上お前尾上セリカか。
そうですけど。何か？
いや、とにかく帰るんだ。
危険なのは分かってます。でも僕たちだってどうしても。
誰がお前たちの心配をしている？
え？
私は私の目的があってここにいる。お前たちに勝手な行動をされて、その目的の遂行を邪魔されては困ると、そう言ってるんだ。
How cold?
その目的って何なんです？
お前たちには関係ない。
She turned around and started to walk away.
いいですよ。だったら僕たちも勝手にしますから。
しますから。
何？
She turned around and stared at us. Her glare was like a fierce panther's. I swallowed my words, but Serika didn't.
理由も話せないような人の言うことになんて従えません。
貴様。
さあ、タク、しんちゃんも行こう。急いでタクのスマホ見つけなきゃ。
ああ。
やっぱ女っていざって時強えな。
Poor Ito. Like, I was so excited for him to come along for this one, but man, he's been having a rough time. Ito whispered in my ear.
だったらおとなしくついてこい。私の言うことに逆らうなよ。
いいんすか？
Ito had become very polite toward her after she strangled him.
時間がないんだ。しかも、ここまで慎重に調査を進めてきたのに、お前たちが見つかったり、騒ぎを起こされでもしたら、すべてが水の泡になる。
Her arrogant manner was almost enough to make me talk back to her, but then I realized something. If she'd done a lot of careful investigation, that meant she had information that we didn't. So wouldn't it be better to pretend to obey for now?
それで最後にはこっちが利用してやる。
話は終わりだ。壁沿いに静かについてこい。大きな音や声は出すな。
She looked down the hallway and then moved over to the wall. And then she started to move, quickly and quietly. I made eye contact with Ito and Serika, and then followed her. Alright, well, I guess we'll stop it here, since we're not in the middle of a fucking monster attacking us. That wasn't a delusion. Or maybe it was, I don't know. The fact that there was no indication that we were entering some stupid shit in his fucking head means that something external was going on here. In my opinion. I don't know. That was actually a really short chapter though. What, that was only like 2 episodes? Kinda? Of chapter 4? And now we're in chapter 5. And what was the name of this chapter? Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Gigalomaniacs. I feel like that's an important word or name or something. It just sounds familiar. Well, gang, thank you for watching this long episode of Chaos Child. I hope you enjoyed it, because fuck me, dude. I enjoyed it, And I really want to record more. So I'll probably hop back up on this very soon. But yeah, thanks for coming by for this wild ride. If you enjoyed it in some sort of manner, leave a like, subscribe, anything else. It all helps. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next episode where we continue the hospital investigation and the search for Takuru's phone. Take it easy, guys.